Okay, here we are. This is the 21st of December, 2014. We're heading to the trail. I have Leo and Ginger behind me. You can hear them whining because they know where we're going. They're not whining, they're actually singing in joy. So, it's about 9:45, 9:50 or so. It is, again, the 21st of December, 2014, Sunday. It is a nice day. Just do a little visit, a little trip down the trail with them today with the camera. And should be fun. You can see what they normally do and where they go, what it's like, and so forth. It should be fun. So here we go. I have this on a tripod. Parked right here. There's a little dog fenced in area, of course, the no dumping sign. Here we go. Should be fun. They're always thrilled to do this, no matter whether they've done it twice in a single day or just once. They're always thrilled. And here we go. See, the pond is slightly ice covered, probably in the low 40s today, or will be later. A nice day down here. Today should be the day with the shortest sunlight of the year, now that I think about it. 21st would be the winter solstice. Not a whole lot of animals that we see down here. Occasionally we'll see maybe a deer, squirrel, rabbits, turkeys, wild turkeys. Come on, guys. Yep. Here they come. Come on, Lee. They didn't go out for a walk yesterday, so they have a little bit of energy. Lee, come on. Lee. Sometimes when we first go out here, they are so full of energy, they do silly things like go back into the trees, run ahead, linger behind. Once they're sufficiently tired out, they have a tendency just to go about their business and stay fairly close. Right now they have a lot of energy. So it may take a little while until they sufficiently obey. But they're doing good so far. We have a tendency to walk these trails in the colder months simply because there is no flies or mosquitoes back here in the colder days and the colder months, and it's not as much mud. The colder months would be more ice and things of that nature. So it makes it a pleasure to let them off leash in the colder months. Warmer months, off leash is not fun. That looks like somebody has marked a trail here. You can see there's a green trail. There's some stones there. Ginger's decided to take that trail. Come on, Jen. Jen. Jen, come on. We'll have to explore that one day in the next week or so. Here she comes. In the summer, there's a tendency to be a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of bugs, a lot of little things that fly into you as you're walking down here. Little snakes, these little green, grayish green snakes that'll pop their head out, be on the path. Nothing terribly large or anything like that, but nevertheless, decent size, enough to startle you a little bit. Come on, guys. So it's very serene, very peaceful back here. That's the charm of this, is a peaceful getaway from everybody else and walk, pray. The solitude. Gather your thoughts. It's nice. Right, guys? Right, Ginger? She's got a little Santa Claus outfit on there. Santa hat. Right, buddy? I'm going to think what other... Aaron and I went down here last weekend from the other end of this trail. And he and I probably walked 5 or 6 miles through little trails along a lake. I think it was the Nordskin Lake, close to our house. Down this trail, let alone down to Little Mill, the golf course, and then it went to it caught up at the very end of this trail, which is 2, 3 miles, 4 miles, whatever, down the other end. And then we took some offshoots of this trail and found our way back to the golf course. But it was far. It was very far. Again, we probably walked, I'm going to say probably 4 to 6 miles. It was far. We hit one trail we're hoping to use as a dead end, or to try and find paths shooting off of what we knew to be a dead end. See if we could be an adventure and find our way through this dead end. And it became too mushy and swampy. We had to walk down a trail for 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and then turn all the way back around and go all the way back to the main trail. It was kind of a drag, to be honest with you. So, some old debris right there. Some bent up pipe of some sort. Some other stuff over here. Some old tires. Ironically, these trees, those tires, that one has a tree growing through the middle of it. See, it's been there for quite some time, as does this one. So how does a tire that's not ripped or broken get around the bottom of a tree unless it was been there for 20, 30 years or something like that? So kind of interesting. Some construction debris. I'm going to say I remember being back in Kings Grant in the mid 80s, mid to latter 80s. And it was, this trail was there then. And I believe the golf course, which is over here to my left, opened in '76. So my assumption is that this trail's been here since the least '76-ish. So here we're gonna make a left. You can see right there the water tower. Not really sure what that water tower feeds. It feeds something. Come on. Evidently some type of little electricity thing going on, power generator of some sort. You can see through the trees straight ahead. That's one of the holes for the golf course. I'm not sure which, maybe 4. It's a little chilly out today, but wouldn't be totally surprised if there were golfers out here. Anybody out there? Leo's usually one not to go too far out there if there's people there. He's usually pretty good with that. Anybody out there, buddy? Doesn't appear to. The hole's down there, the flag's down there. Tee off is down this way. We've walked from our house through the golf course down to this hole, which would be from our house the furthest hole that there is. Let's go over here towards the shade, turn around and get a video of the water tower. There it is. It says Grant on it. On the other side it says Kings. You could see the K on the top right. And then the Kings Grant words are repeated in the top left. Kind of cool. So we'll go down this way. I don't know if anybody's coming through the other hole, which would be through those trees right where Leo is. Could be, so don't want to go too far. These guys love to come out on the golf course. A lot of times Leo will find a ball, a golf ball, and I'll throw it, and he'll be loving life as he chases the ball. He'll run really fast because he's really speedy. He'll get the ball. After he gets tired, he'll come, instead of bringing the ball back and dropping it for me, he will drop it. Well, he will stop about halfway back towards me and chew it, break it into bits, break it up, tear the outside skin off of the golf ball. And you could see a hole right through the trees over there, the red hole. Yeah. Anyway, that's this December 21st. I'm probably gonna pause this for a few minutes until I get back on the trail, and then I'll turn it back on and continue. All right, there's Ginger over there. We continued onward to the next hole to make a little loop, and just missed it. There were 4 to 5 large white-tailed deer that must have heard us and ran across the golf course here. This is what, hole 5 maybe, or 3, not sure which, but Leo heard him and started chasing him. He got about halfway before he came back. Ginger's right down off the edge of that little bank, the other side of the flag, or the hole. So, anyway, was hoping to videotape some of the deer, but they scurried into the woods, so I didn't get it. Let's go. Okay, we're in the midst of our little loop here. And there was a day back the middle of last month, the middle of November, that I was walking with Aaron. Come on, Ginger. We were having this deep conversation, and a lot of times when I pray, God speaks to me, whether I'm on a golf course, on the trail, and some of this is reminiscent of my journey right now. Like some of these paths, God told me that I would be walking, you know, these paths, and trust me with its eventual outcome. And we were talking, Aaron and I were talking about the construction of a golf course. And he had made mention of the fact that he wondered if golf courses are something that just happened naturally, or whether somebody had to make it. And the parallel of that would be, does God orchestrate our path in our lives, or does it just happen randomly, without any meaning, without value, and complete happenstance? And as we were walking right past this little wooden shack, he made mention of that. And I remember the light bulb going off in my head, and God saying, of course I orchestrate your path. Of course I am the one that orchestrates it and brings the holes into your life. As a matter of fact, this last hole, which goes way down there, very easy to see the straightness of it. The fact you could see the flag from the point of teeing off. You could see it all. This is actually the 15th hole? Okay. The 15th hole. It goes way off in the distance with a tree in the middle, which you could see the end from the beginning, versus the hole that we're about to enter. And I remember as we were walking, God had said to me, well, there, I orchestrate your hole. And if your last job was reminiscent of the hole that you can see the beginning of the end from, that's very plain, that doesn't have a whole lot of turns, etc., etc., one that you prefer to be on, one that's comfortable, straightforward, and pretty self-explanatory, then this next hole, there's a deer over there. Leo sees it. Oh, there they go. But the point was, this next hole, which I'm in my life today, with my current job, which is so off the beaten path and temporary and everything else, is curvy. And it's difficult to see where you're going. So for instance, as we approach this, I remember all the different obstacles in this hole. And ironically, if you raise up, the hole is relatively short. But coming from this direction, come on, Jen. You have a sand trap here. There's the hole. You have another sand trap right in front of the hole. You have these weeds over here. You also have these big wooden path holders, they line the path. And so from like where we are, you can't see the place you're supposed to drive from. It doesn't make sense. And even though this hole, which seems to be like you could look around the outside of the, look off in the distance there in that little grassy area behind the reeds is where you tee off from. Then the hole is here. And you can see you have this giant sand trap, this dry, deserty sort of thing, wildernessy area. Another one here. You have the reeds. And you have these wooden stumps that seem to line the path, which if you were to go off the path, you could potentially trip. And so this hole's much different than the other. Harder to walk, more difficult to see, a lot of places to get tripped up. And yet, this is the hole that I know God had told me that I'm on. Come on, Jen. And so you can see how curvy this path is here, alongside of the hole. So even though the hole's short, it's full of obstacles, of which the feeling God's point is to say, yeah, it's full of obstacles that you need to trust me on. And you need to also accept the fact that I'm the one that put this hole here for you. And I know you'd rather go back to the previous hole, 15, because it's straight, easy to see, the long and short of when it begins and when it ends and so forth, versus this one, which you get hung up in a lot of different places. But trust me, this hole, I want you to stay in this hole, and I want you to see it from the beginning to the end. And so that's what I've been doing. Staying on this hole from the beginning to the end. Come on, Jen. So I thought it was a neat little parable that God used for the journey that I'm on. Well, and we know we're going to go back to that main hole, which I'm guessing is, if this past hole is 14, which there's a 14 sign over there, that would make this one 13. So, and the ironic thing about this, and again, there's the water tower off in the distance right there. There it is. The ironic thing is that at the very top, it says King's Grant. So King's Grant would represent the King's land that I'm walking on, that he's designed for my life. The land that he's proportioned off for me to walk. Sometimes it's a long, meandering hole like this one, that's really long, like that. And sometimes it's like hole 14, which would represent a hole that is curvy, full of traps, type of hole that you'd rather get off of and say, I like these long, expansive ones a whole lot better. So, just a little video field trip of some of the ways that God speaks in my heart when I seek him out. So, I'm going to turn this on till we're back in the main path here. Okay, here we're back on the main trail. Water tower is right there. we're going to continue on with our little journey down to the beginning of the Blackrun Reserve, which is not too far from here. These guys have beaten this path hundreds of times, these two little guys here. My wife has gone many times. Aaron and Tori have come. Aaron's come more than Tori has. Tori's been here a few times. The age in her life, this doesn't really interest her as much, which I understand. Okay. Okay, up here on the right is the sign. A little Blackrun Reserve sign of some sort. Ooh. There's the Blackrun Reserve. Come on, guys. These two little dogs are really good, especially now that they've expended a little energy. They'll stay right with me. Come on, babe. There's the old trail that led out to Kettle Run. In the last few years, they've built a new one here, which is paved, which is really nice. Quite honest with you, it's right here. I don't normally go out that way, but it leads and overlooks the, I guess what would be the old cranberry bogs. Well, maybe it's not paved. Hey, late. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, some guy in a bike just drove by. Uh-huh. It's a long camera, my friend. Nothing escapes me. We're going to have to be turning around soon, guys. Yeah, this time of year is beautiful back here. There's not many people. Trail's not mushy. It's nice like this after a nice snow too. Very pretty. But I'll just go up here around a few more bends and see what's going on. See, there's not a whole lot going on out there. There's probably some deer that are back there somewhere, but there's been few places that you can actually see them or get fairly close to them. Golf course being one, but as soon as they hear you, they run. If you keep walking down this way, another half a mile or a mile, you'll run into like two little reserves or reservoirs, and there's a path between the two of them, which, if you go all the way into the path, it's a dead end. There's one Aaron and I had gone down last week. If you go all the way to the end, to the dead end, I take it that those deer, I think of that area as relatively quiet and safe. And so that's where they go. Come on, guys. Come on, Jen. We don't normally get down these little sub paths, but it'd be a nice day to get a few pictures or videos of the cranberry bogs. Oh, that's pretty. I'm almost out of battery. But this and the area behind me over here, these are all cranberry bogs. And what I'm walking is the road that led between them. Again. Really? It's pretty. All right. There is a road at the end of this path, I believe, called Kettle Run. Now, here we have a little ravine, and there's a little dinky bridge over the other side. Come on, guys. Come on, Jen. Let's go across and look. Hey, Lee. Leah. Lee. Okay, the water's relatively clear here. Kind of neat. Hold on, I just want to see what's on top of the hill there, guys. Kind of cool. It's a chair. Or a bench. where that one goes. You guys want to go this way? Oh. Oh, this is fun. Anyway, let's see where it goes. It probably goes around this bog, back down the main, hopefully connecting back to the main drag over there. We'll see. Beautiful day to test out these new trails. Beautiful day. Probably fun for these guys to do something new. What do you smell, deer? Come on, guys. This is an orange trail at the back of one of the bogs. Seems to be looping back around towards Kettle Run Road because you can hear the road from here. So, we have to put these guys on their leash for the walk. Lee, come here. Don't go too far. Looks like we're at the back side of the bog, one of the bogs at least. There's another one back over here. There's a lot of them around here. Which, there's a stream running down here to my right. Come here, bud. I don't want Leia to get too close to the road. There's another little stream on right underneath here. Kind of cool. Oh, good. The path turns to the right here. Come on, guys. Okay. Good. I don't need to turn this off. Come on, Jen. This is really absolutely like the most awesome time to do this. Explore these new trails would be in the winter. Early spring, late fall, when nobody's around. Just great. Come here. Come here, guys. All right, let's go. We'll go over this way, buddy. John. Stop pulling. Sit. Sit. Pretty cool. Never went. Never did that trail. Leads back to this. Come on, guys, over this way. No, come on, over here. All right. This is the backside of that little gated area that they created recently. That is the Cranberry Bog. See, over here to the left is the old path, which is right down there. There's nobody walks anymore. It's just new ones here and it's built. So yeah, this is awesome. it, guys. And here's the bike route. Again, we've made a complete circle. We went down there. We're heading back this way, a mile or two back to our car. And that'll be that. It's a great time. So, up here's, of course, the water tower. Around that curve up there, a couple curves, and then the water tower. There's another little sub-path, a little red trail right there, which is great if you're on a bike or something. This is the main path. You can hear a woodpecker off to the left here. There's one that's chopping away at a tree, I'm sure, or a telephone pole. Oh, guys. Cool, guys. Anyway. It's awesome. Just awesome. So now I'm leaving the Blackrun Reserve, and again, you can see a building off through the trees straight ahead, which is the building. It's located right next to that water tower, which again you can see through the trees, the top up there. We're leaving Blackrun Reserve. Not sure what these trails are called here, but anyway, I'm going to shut this down. I don't have to videotape the rest since we've already seen it from the other direction. So I'll be signing off in just a minute. These guys know where they're going.